Yo, what is up, guys? What's going on? It is your boy Lorsi, and I'm back with another review of the Victory Road. We have one of the biggest free Victory Road tournaments that passed just this weekend. I believe it was called Victory Road to San Francisco. About 1,400,000 players were playing in this tournament, and this is one of the biggest tournaments leading up to the World Championship. So a lot of information to dive in. We'll take a look at the top 16, maybe the top 32 teams, and we'll talk about it here. All right, we'll get into it. Chat says hi. You can include that. That's fire, because chat is fire. Anywho, so yes, we had like 1,400 players, I think, about 1,400 players. 94 players transitioned into phase 2, and then we also, I'm not too sure if that's included to the players that were already allowed to play into the phase 2, but we'll take a look. We're not even going to take a look at the top. Let's see how many teams we got top. We'll take a look at the top 22. So yeah, we're gonna just skim through it. There was an abundance of Charizard Y. As you guys know, Charizard Y is one of the best megas so far in this format, right? One of the best megas to use. Nothing more. Like it's self-explanatory that you're going to see this thing. Like this thing is going to be everywhere for the World Championships. There might be some different variations because players have decided to opt out of using certain moves now to better their matchups into maybe opposing Charizards and other Pokemon. So we'll take a deep dive into that. But for the most part, as you guys can see, a lot of Charizards. I think this is the Gengar team that Michael Kelch used, but I believe they swapped Substitute for Parrish. Very interesting because Michael did say that Parrish is kind of bad. So that's actually pretty funny that it ended up doing well in this tournament. But as you can see, it's like a spam of Charizard and Venusaur, but we'll dive into 22 who went 5 into Sebastian Louis from France. Yeah, self-explanatory team, right? This is just Big Six without the Zard. Big Six without the Charizard is kind of crazy, right? But it makes sense. These are all strong Pokemon. You got the Whimsicott for Tailwind with that Sash, that modest Floette, usually just max, not wanting to bulk out, just wanting to get as much damage as possible. Rounded out with an Incineroar that has obviously Intimidate, but with that Charcoal, so you're going to be KOing things like King Gambit and others that wouldn't be KO'd with Flare Blitz. That Charcoal definitely does help. There is a lot of just King Gambit running around, so I do agree with the item on Incineroar. Having that Charcoal, just being able to KO potentially King Gambits that you don't want to deal with, it makes just a lot of sense. Garchomp with that Citrus Berry, we're going to be seeing that pop up a lot. A lot of players have opted out of using Life Orb and going for bulk, and it makes a lot of sense, and just putting on that Life Orb onto the Basculegion. And that's one thing that I thought that was going to happen with these Big Six style of teams, that the team naturally just doesn't have any bulk or anything, any sponge on the team, right? Charizard isn't a sponge, Garchomp isn't really a sponge, especially with that Life Orb, and Basculegion as well. So having that Garchomp that's able to sponge and withstand hits and able to deal consistent damage back is really, 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 really good. And like I said, this is something that you're going to see pop up frequently within this BR tournament here. But yeah, and Basculegion, right? Life Orb, Mystic Water makes a lot of sense, but Life Orb benefits Last Respects. Yeah, it's just really solid, really self-explanatory team. Just the setup. You have a setup portion of the team, you have a tailwind portion of the team, and you have somewhat of a bulky defensive pairing with King Gambit and Garchomp in the back, and with obviously Incineroar as well. So I do like this team a lot. But we'll be seeing it pop up more. What is that, a Glaceon? Wait, is that a Glaceon? Am I seeing this correctly? Are we? Whoa, okay, Bright Powder. Interesting enough. This won't be the last time we probably see Bright Powder. In the next video, I'll probably be talking about the other tournament that took place where Bright Powder actually won the tournament, interesting enough. But we do have a Mega Frostlass team with Glaceon. Well, it makes a lot of sense. You could spam. It's like a Blizzard spam team. Snowcloak is really, really good, obviously pairing with that Bright Powder. And Glaceon having some great defenses in Snow. I'm not mad at it. I can't be mad at it. And like I said, rounded out with just good Pokemon, right? Sneasler, King Gambit, really strong duo. Also, Sneasler Frostlass is also a slept-on duo. I think it's one of the strongest leads introduced in Pokemon Champions. Just not in this regulation, but in Champions itself, I think it's really, really good. A lot of players are opting out of that Aurora Veil and going for things like maybe Thunderbolt. We do see a taunt here. Interesting enough, I think that the player probably didn't even want Thunderbolt because they do have Freeze Dry and the Glaceon, so it just makes a lot of sense. I wonder how much Taunt actually came up using Frostlass. I know Frostlass has some decent defensive bulk, obviously with snow on the field, but I wonder if like maybe a Thunderbolt or Nasty Plot could have been used because you do have Fake Out. And yeah, is that a Mega? No, it's Sashglam. No, it's Mega Gilmore. So this is a dual Mega team with Talonflame as your Tailwind setter. So just not bad Pokemon paired together. You can't be mad at this. Low Kick is really good into opposing Kingambits. Obviously, Chople has just been picking up because the abundance of Staraptor and his fighting moves in general have just been picking up. Like people are starting to use Colombo, people are using Staraptor, people are using Steam Throw. So Kingambit is not going to see too much play with Black Glasses unless it has some redirection and or Fake Out mons on their team. So really cool, interesting thing. This is probably like the coolest team we'll probably see in this video, but nonetheless, let's keep going. Okay, Juanma Manuel is a good friend of mine. He's somebody that I've been playing with years, have highly respect for. He's in the same group as me, Muy Serio. I'm actually got brought into the group. That's their group, but I got brought in because I don't know. But yeah, so Juanma is a Worlds caliber player. He has been so good in the online circuit. And yeah, he's using the Charizard team that has been picking up usage as of late. We'll talk a little bit about this here. So we have the timid Charizard. We have to make sure we pay attention to the natures because it's very, very important why he is timid. And everything else is self-explanatory, right? The Venusaur, Sash, Modest, Incineroar for that bulk. Sylveon is the new member on this team. I know Annihilate used to be over the Sylveon. Now we have Sylveon there. Makes a lot of sense wanting to be able to hit the guard chomps and hit, you know, just dragon types in general, fighting types as well. It's going to do good damage too as well. Toxapex is your defensive backbone with that wide guard, toxic, and just trapping things and poisoning things and stalling things out. And then you have the Scarf Garchomp to punish fast offensive mons, like maybe such as Delphox, Charizard, and just having that Choice Scarf is really annoying, especially if you're a balanced player. If you know kind of thing. You don't want to deal with a Garchomp that's clicking Rock Slide and being Choice Scarf. Trust me, those flinches do activate, and it will just carry over with a team like this that have very high offensive pressure points with the Charizard and the Sylveon as well. Let's talk about the Charizard though. Charizard is very interesting with Pokemon right now. We're seeing a trend of people just opting for that Ancient Power. Ancient Power makes a lot of sense in the mirror. Ancient Power makes a lot of sense into Incineroar teams. Instead of like these balanced teams having a easier time switching around and pivoting, now Charizard's able to punish like defensive switches of Incineroar by going for like maybe per se an Ancient Power, especially if there's a Garchomp on the field. Hypothetically speaking, let's say if we lead like Incineroar Delphox and my opponent leads Charizard Garchomp. As you guys know, Mega Delphox doesn't have the best defenses, so now it's like not really safe to lead something like that, even with Intimidate, because of the flinch chance and what Garchomp's just able to do. And then if you flinch or get punished by like a Rock Slide, the damage output could potentially just knock you out because of this Ancient Power that Charizard has. So I really do like this adaptation on Charizard. I think that this is going to be a prominent change going into the World Championships. Solar Beam is not something that's needed because you do have the Venusaur that has the Leaf Storm and the damage output is there with that Life Orb. Opting out of the Sleep Powder because you do want to have Sludge Bomb, you want to hit those opposing player types, and you do also want to hit opposing Pokemon like Incineroar or Toxapex or whatever you call whatever you really want that hits super effective with that Earth Power, right? Archalon as well. So I do like this option a lot. This is something that is going to be seen at the World Championships, might even top cut the World Championships. Just this team specifically has a strong showing in this tournament alone. But yeah, Big Six with Incin. So another variation of Big Six where the other one that we saw, I think it was just Kingambit over the Floette, and now Kingambit over the Charizard actually. But this one's just a little bit different. I think is this Burns? I want to say this is Burns. Yeah, Justin Burns, another top player from America, opting for that Calm Mind. So this is just simply a different approach. Like Light of Ruin is cool, but I think into other matchups, you do value the Fake Out Calm Mind setup, while still having strong pressure points with Garchomp being Life Orb, and obviously you know Charizard being Charizard, right? You're going to see Solar Beam a lot on this set because it just makes a lot of sense. You don't need Ancient Power for the mirror. You have multiple ways to deal with Charizard. You have your own Incineroar, you have your own Garchomp. So I think that's pretty much enough to deal with opposing Charizard, and Dascalegion as well with that Mystic Water, potentially in Tailwind, and or just chipping at the Charizard is really good. Even Calm Mind Floette is pretty good into Charizard if you get set up nicely. And then we do still have the Whimsicott for the Tailwind and Encore Shenanigans. So really strong team. Obviously, any variant of Big Six is really, really good. It's just very similar to how, don't want to give it too much credit, but like 2016, like there were so many variants of the original, the legitimate Big Six, not this fake stuff. There was so many variations. There was the Talon, there was the bulky Smeargle, that Crest, Groudon, Zerndon stuff. There was just so many variations, and this is a trend that we're seeing in this format where players have just been opting just to tinker with this type of team. And like I said, World Championships is coming up. People are trying to figure out what works, and no better way to check what works unless you're in a tournament like this. So we have Giulio Tarlo, a strong Italian player who's been playing for some years now. Funny guy as well. He got what place? He was 18th place, 5-2 record. And yeah, this is just set up your cookie cutter setup. Obviously, some changes that we do have is that we do have the coaching on the Sneasler. They're going to boost things like Incineroar. I mean, that's the only Pokemon you're really boosting. And I guess like potentially boosting your own Delphox defensively makes a lot of sense as well. You could probably go for like coaching into like Nasty Plot or maybe live a Rock Slide better or something like that. So I could see that having some use case. And yeah, like just having that for your setup mons. Floette and Delphox could probably be pretty good as well. Not only your Incineroar, which is the only physical type attacking Pokemon on your team. So yeah, I do like this option a lot. Ockerberry makes a lot of sense on Sinister right now. There's just too many Charizards, and you want to be able to switch in and switch out. I want to say safely, but you want to be able to withstand at least one hit from Charizard in certain scenarios. So having that Ockerberry is really good for that as well. So yeah, what else? Let's see, what else? But yeah, I think that's it for this team. We'll see a lot of balance at the World Championships. Take a look at 17. Jeremy Cote, a Canadian, known for using a lot of balanced teams. Very strong player. Has had the last 2 seasons go really, really, really well for them. And yeah, we see the same team again. They're actually Modest Charizard, and like I said, we got to pay attention. Make sure you guys are looking at those team sheets when you're playing, because Modest and Timid are very two different natures, and especially with this type of Pokemon, the Charizard, you need to be highly what's the word? I don't know the word. You need to just be paying attention to what nature these Charizards are using, because it's going to matter a lot in your turn by turn. Scarf Garchomp as well. Yawn instead of Hyper Beam on the Sylveon, so just wanted to slow things down, but everything else is the same and self-explanatory. I think Juanma probably has the upper hand in the mirror because just having that timid nature alone. But then again, there's always a Scarf Garchomp, so there's always a way. So I wouldn't say it's like an automatic win if you're timid on Charizard, but it's definitely in your favor just knowing that your Charizard is going to move faster than the opposing Charizard. And I'm not too sure about Calcs as well. Obviously, with Timid, you're not doing as much. So can Charizard live an Ancient Power from another Charizard that's Timid? Probably, maybe. I don't know. That's something that you guys should, that's some homework that you guys should be doing. Let me know in the comment section below. 16, we've got some more similar teams like the Toxapex stuff, but dropping Pex, having that Aerodactyl instead. Aerodactyl is going to be there for your Tailwind, right? You're going to want to be able to be faster. Timid as well. So very interesting. So Timid, Ancient Power with the ability to Tailwind is very interesting to me. I think you could have got away with Modest, but like I said, this player, I believe top 16 with this team, so they did better than I did. So they know. White Herb as well. So White Herb is really, really, really good because it's going to punish things like Incineroar. Wanting to lead that Incineroar is not going to be the case anymore because of the fact that now you're at neutral and you can punish things. But also to note, this is something that Delphox would love to see because of the fact that it could be able to move before the Garchomp, but you do have that Mega Arrow on the team, which obviously Delphox doesn't want to see. Damn, I'm kind of like reviewing this, but I'm saying it in the sense if you're using balance, it's like it's kind of annoying. Balanced players do not like to see a team like this because there's a lot of variables that happen and you just don't want to get flinched. But having Garchomp not having Rock Slide is actually like really, really good. There's ways to play around teams like this, but this team has just been terrorizing the ladder and this tournament as well. So I'm very scared for it going into the World Championships. But as you guys know, this is my favorite team. Oh my God, Leo. Oh my God, this is my favorite team. Delphox. Balance with Psyshock. Oh, Psyshock over Psychic on the Delphox is very interesting. A lot of players have just been opting for a Psychic. Helping Hand over Throat Chop makes a lot of sense. You want to just boost as much damage as you can. You already have enough damage outputs that hit for dark types. You have the Blastoise and you have the Kingambit. So hitting having a dark move is not really needed on the Incineroar, but maximizing your damage on your team potentially could be really, really good. And also no Protect on the Sinistcha. We're going to just see a Life Duel, and I think this is the Colbur Berry. So opting to not too much care for the Charizard matchup, but opting in for things like what's that? What does Colbur do? I forgot. Is that the Dark Berry or is that the Ghost Berry? I don't know. One of the two. It does something good. This does something good. I don't know this. I don't know what this berry does. That's actually kind of crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. That's dark. Yeah, it's dark. Yeah. I knew that. But yeah, this is a very interesting take of the team. Like I said, the Incineroar, Sneasler, pick a setup mon and have fun kind of team. And a lot of players will do really well with this, but a lot of players will do really, really bad because, like I said, it's variance when it comes to balance. You could have a great showing and not get flinched and probably make it the top cut, and then you could have one of your worst days possible. So going into World Championships using balance, you definitely know that you are at the mercy of the RNG. No matter how well you play, a lot of these hyper offensive teams will definitely punish you just because of the fact that it's a slow start team and you don't have immediate damage output besides pretty much the Blastoise, right? So yeah, be careful using a team like that. We have Nato, Meets, Obuchi, and sorry if I butcher that, and Zard Slop. Y'all done took Zard Slop way too far. Y'all done took it way too far. How did y'all make new Zard Slop? Like, I don't get it. How did we get here? How did we get here? So, but nonetheless, like, this is still a strong team opting for the Sash Arrow. So like I said, guys, you're gonna see a lot of variations for the team, but for the most part, from what we're seeing Charizard, Incineroar, Venusaur, Sylveon, Garchomp be the staple point of this type of team. And yeah, I mean, wide lens on Venusaur is very interesting. They're not trying to miss no sleep pad. They trying to put your butt to sleep. So very funny seeing something like that. Is it needed? Probably not, but I get it. Once you miss a lot, it's like, yo, I need to slap this on. And probably they missed a lot during their tournament run, because even with the wide lens, you gotta miss something. You know, yeah, you might miss a little one too. Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, Earthquake, not opting for the Stomping, having double Rock Slide, because why not, right? Because we're gonna just flinch everybody. But nah, they had a great tournament. Obviously, getting top 16, getting $70 for just playing Pokemon is not bad. And we have Lewis Markle again in the top cut. This is another player that just, oh my God, so good at Pokemon, right? Like, he's just so good at Pokemon. I don't remember the last time I haven't seen Lewis Markle in the top cut, whether it be IRL or online, and that's a lot because we've had a whole full season and we're at the end. So they've been doing good online. They've been doing good in person as well, and they're just using the same balancing they've been using. Definitely probably using this for the World Championships because comfort is key. We talked about this before in prior videos. Sash, Sinistcha, make note of that. I don't know the speed stat that it hits, but it could potentially come up in games. And having the Helping Hand to just boost the damage points of your Basculegion, your Floette, and Kingambit and Sneasler is really, really good as well. Players are just opting out of Throat Chop for Helping Hand, and that's a change that, you know, makes a lot of sense. And obviously Timid Floette was really, really good, especially into the mirror. The opposing Floettes are going modest, and as you see in Big Six, if you could potentially maneuver around Whimsicott Tailwind and get a couple Calm Minds up, and knowing that you're faster than opposing Floettes, that could be potentially a big game changer for you. So yeah, strong player, strong team. Nothing more to really comment on this, just more balance, a lot of balance. So a lot of balance and a lot of Charizard teams. And Marcus Call, another strong player, just using Zard Slop, but with Ancient Power and Modest Zard, with Tailwind Whimsicott, and Akka Berry on Kingambit for the potential mirror, probably comes up a lot, and just maybe into Delphox teams, it could be really, really good as well. And the Citrus on Garchomp that we mentioned earlier, right? I'm telling you that this bulky players usually early on in a format, we really opt for that that offensive style of playing the game. And as you see towards the end, a lot of players are just opting just to bulk out their really strong Pokemon that have that versatility that could be offensively strong and also defensively strong as well. And as you see with the Kingambit and the Garchomp, it just kind of works because you still have strong pressure points with that Basculegion. This is something that we've just been seeing. Basculegion with that Life Orb paired with that Kingambit and that Citrus on that Garchomp. And I think the Kingambit item is pretty flexible, and the moveset is also pretty flexible as well. Light of Ruin, Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam on the floor makes a lot of sense. Like I said, players are just opting for that Modest. You don't really need Timid. And having that Ancient Power for opposing Charizard makes a lot of sense. So your Charizard matchups is really good. I wonder how Garchomp is also really good. You have your own Floette, you have Whimsicott as well. And yeah, I think this is a really cool team. A different take to Big Six. I think this is probably the 4th variant that we've seen so far alone in this video, but pretty cool to see. We got Marco Silva, Marco Fiera, one of the best Pokemon players to ever play the game. He's just using Charizard. No Ancient Power here, just your typical Charizard set with Arrow. Seen Arrow making a little bit of a comeback here in this tournament, and Farigiraf and Kingambit. So this is the 2nd place team, I believe, that Eric Rios used, and opting for a Yawn on Sylveon and also Protect over Roar. And yeah, strong Pokemon. This team was really good. It kind of dropped a little bit in this regulation, but now it's starting to pick back up again. And for the World Championships, I definitely see this team doing really well, because I think this is one of the most slept on teams. Like, it's very similar to Italian Ice. Like, it's always been good. It's always been effective. I don't know why people don't use this. This is just really good Pokemon. So I think Marco's probably just testing things and seeing what's good. But nonetheless, put 6 good Pokemon together, give it to a good player, and the outcome is just inevitable, right? Yeah, outcome inevitable. We got Narret using Mega Blaziken and Frostlass. So this is like a balanced C team. Yeah, this is definitely a balanced team with 2 Megas, Blaziken and Frostlass. I do like Blaziken a lot because it punishes those Tailwind teams and anything that's potentially faster than you naturally because of the speed boost, right? You got Rock Slide. It's going to do good into Charizards, and we're seeing, what else? Close Combat is obviously good for opposing Gambits, and Blitz is just a strong move. Opting it with that Sinistra makes a lot of sense. So instead of having that Delphox where you're kind of withstanding hits and trading damage back, you're actually now being able to be a potentially faster on some board cases against like Zard offensive teams, which is really good. That also just enables your Kingambit more, because you could be in a scenario where Blaziken's not really getting touched because you're faking out and you're cycling fake outs and whatever. You get your speed boost and you're in a position where, like, let's say there's a Charizard in front of you and they have Tailwind up, your Blaziken's faster, and if you can't pick up, you could probably Sucker Punch and knock it out as well. So I do like this style or idea of team. Like I said, I could be potentially wrong about what I'm talking about, but I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I think that is the idea with the team, that it has that potential. And Narret is this is a very Narret style team, and I could definitely see them using it for the World Championships, because at this point, everything that you're seeing, I think players are probably locking in. We only have 9 days left. There's no hidden sauce anymore. People are just showing up, right? So Marcus Haman, Yoshi BGC 7-0 day 2, which is crazy. But yeah, this is just a simple Raichu team that everybody's been using. He's probably just like, oh, this is a strong team, I'm a strong player kind of thing. Even though that it's found out and I guess figured out. I don't want to say figured out, but like people know about it. The fact that they're good with it and they know they're good with it, placement just makes a lot of sense. It's still a strong team no matter what you know about the team. I don't really see any changes at all. I know that some players opted to drop Focus Blast for Encore, and we see Focus Blast back here again because the more fighting moves, the merrier kind of situation. It just makes a lot of sense. Masahiro Ito. Okay, I've seen this team a lot. Rock Slide, Life Orb Sneasler, very interesting, but very good as well. You're gonna have the Akaberry, Whimsicott for potentially Charizard teams, and then you have a Trick Room mode. You do have a Trick Room mode with Farig and Torkoal, and Glamora is very, very good into the fairy types, obviously paired with Sneasler. And you do have options to deal with Garchomp, with Staraptor, and all potentially Whimsicott as well, because you could have board scenarios where you could probably charm yourself and just get straight up damage with that Staraptor, punish with Tailwind, and then roost yourself back up. And yeah, I like this team a lot. Definitely something different, right, from what we've been seeing, what we've been reviewing. Very, very strong team, very, very strong player, very strong placement. So do I see this team being heavily used in the World Championships? Probably not. We have 9 days left. The only player that I probably see using this is whoever is working with this player. But players might use it if you have tendencies of using Trick Room style teams, because this is something that's just really, really strong, especially at that high placing. I think they got 10th, or 9th, or sorry, top 8. Excuse me. I am very, very wrong. A lot of Japanese players in this top 8. So is Japan going to show up for the World Championships? I guess that's the question. I probably think, yeah, they're going to show up, and they're going to show up and show out with what they're good with. And from what I'm seeing, Kendai Nagatomi, who got 7th, is using the Toxapex Charizard team that we've been just reviewing, opting for that timid Charizard, and everything else, like I said, self-explanatory. Yawn over Hyperbeam on Sylveon, and the Scarf Garchomp to punish those fast offensive Pokemon like Delphox. So being good in the mirror is probably having that ancient power and having that timid nature. Potentially, I don't know, but I think that it just makes a lot of sense, because everybody's kind of trying to run modest. If you're able to trade and get off damage first, especially with Charizard Reno, just makes a lot of sense. You probably don't need that damage for modest. And Kendai opted not to. Let's see if we have any changes from Shohei. Shohei also doing really, really well. No, so Shohei is modest, does not opting out for that timid, and everything else is the same. Scarf Garchomp is everywhere. Protect on Incineroar is very interesting. So no dark move, just opting for Protect, not wanting to take hits. And Incineroar, known for not having Protect here, is very interesting, very curious, but maybe just doesn't need the move Knockoff, and just opting for Protect just makes sense. If you're not clicking it, Protect is always a good secondary move to have. I already have Shunsuke Minami. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but this is a team that has, I think this is the team that Michael DeBesti, yes, this is the team that I think Michael DeBesti used, but I don't think there was a Charizard on the team. So I think it's the similar kind of core, but just Charizard. It's that ancient power Charizard again. It's that ancient power Charizard again that we're just seeing everywhere. So one thing to note, one thing to take with you is that if you're not ready for ancient power Charizard, take your flight back home. Don't come to this tournament thinking that you're gonna dodge ancient power Charizard, or like if you have a bad matchup and you think that you're just not gonna see it, you're gonna see this thing. It's gonna be everywhere. Actually, it's gonna be everywhere. So the fact that we're seeing it throughout this top 22 is just ridiculous to me at that. So maybe I gotta do some practice for myself. I don't know. Let's see. Top 4. We have Hector Sanchez getting top 4 here and using no better than Big 6. So yeah. Solar Beam, no ancient power. Chople over Akka. Like I said, that item is interchangeable. Citrus Garchomp, guys. Citrus Garchomp is going to be the stable point for these Big 6 teams now, and then just the life or back. So like I said, having the defensive backbone with that Garchomp and potentially Kingambit be able to withstand, hits like close combat or whatever, and just Garchomp being that sponge and also being able to deal damage back just makes a lot of sense. And you do have the hyper offensive power points of Floette and Charizard with that Tailwind and Basket Legion to just be Basket Legion, right? At this point, we're at the end game. We're at the end game of this format. We know what's good. We know why there's good, and players that are using good things. It's just all through this top 22. But let's go to Dorian. Dorian is using, I think this is the team that Michael DeBesti used. I think there's probably one change. Not too sure, but they opted for Perish. No, I don't think this is the team. Is it? I don't know. But this is Perish Song, your typical Perish Song team with that Scarf Ninetales. And I think they were sub. Yeah. I think this was what Michael DeBesti was using. I think Swampert was over one of these slots. I think it was a regular Swampert to deal with the Raichu, but now you don't really need to deal with the Raichu. You have outlets, I think. I want to say you do. No, Raichu is actually kind of annoying. to this team. But yeah, having that Perish song, being able to set up Perish, it could be really, 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 really strong. I guess one thing that you could do in front of Raichu is probably like fake out with potentially Incineroar or Sneasler, because they can't fake out your Gengar, because obviously Gengar is a ghost type, and set up Perish and try to cycle out and get rid of pieces through that way. If you don't have super effective damage that could just take it out immediately. So yeah, I do like this team. Gengar has not been shown a lot of love. The only person that really showed the love was Michael Lubesti and a couple other players. But could Gengar see a resurgence for the World Championships? Maybe. Do I see it on the radar of a lot of people? Yeah. Do I think that it's going to be the meta call? That I don't know. So this team definitely is strong because it is in the realm of all the Charizard and all the balance and all the teams that we've seen. If it could get this high of a placing, eyes should definitely be on it, right? Like my eyes is definitely on this team, and I would definitely want to practice into it just so I know what to do. I don't want to be surprised. One thing about the World Championships, you don't want to be surprised. So seeing a team like this and just foregoing practice into it is not, I don't think that's a good way of prepping. And we do have second, so we do have Italian Ice. This is one of the, like I said, it's very similar to the team that we were talking about earlier. Well, actually, what team were we talking about earlier? That I think like they're not the same team, but they kind of have that same, the Eric Rios 6. Like it's a strong team, we know about it, but it kind of fell off a little bit, but now it's right back on track, right? Right back on track, especially before the World Championships. We've seen an adaptation of having Thunderbolt over Auroraville, but this player opted for Auroraville. Everything else is really, really self-explanatory. This team has a somewhat decent matchup into Big Six. That's why a lot of players used it. And now that Big Six is kind of taking back speed after that whole Staraptor shenanigans, Sandstorm, whatever you want to call it, everybody realized, yeah, Big Six is great. Staraptor doesn't want to see Big Six. And now this team is kind of good again. Obviously good, got second. So do I see this going to be used at a World Champions? 100%, because this is a cookie cutter team. I believe there's also a dock out for a team like this, so practicing is not going to be as hard when a top player puts out a dock to a team. The thinking part gets a lot easier because you don't have to worry about, you do have to worry about leads and what you're going to bring in the back. You kind of already have an idea, and then you play and you figure out what works for you. If what they said works, you use it. If it doesn't work, you have time to figure it out, so you don't have to start from scratch. And this is what's really good for the World Championships. If you're a strong player and you don't want to start from scratch and try to think of a team or think of a meta call, something like this and the Eric Rios team have that similarity where it's a strong team. It has showed its time through the meta that it's still really, really good. You should opt and you should use it, especially if you have nothing to use, because there's already information out there online thanks to these top players such as PokeAlex, Eric Rios, and I think Mava BGC is the one that made the doc for this as well. So yeah, this is one thing that I'm definitely prepping for into the World Championships. I got to make sure I got my lines into this, because you do not want to lose to things that you know about. You want to lose to the things that you don't know about, because it makes sense, right? You don't want to lose to anything, to be honest. To be fair, you don't want to lose to anything. But yeah, last but not least, my favorite team in this regulation. Last but not least, I know I just jump scared everybody. If you have this playing in the background and just like not watching what's going on, I apologize. But Delphox Palace just won VR. Just won VR, and oh my god, bro, this is crazy. We made it. Am I using Delphox balance for the World Championships? Obviously not. No, I would not use a team like this. I think it's pretty figured out at this point, guys. Like, I'm not gonna use something that's just figured out. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I do like the item choices. We got that Colbert Berry on the Sinistra, not caring too much about the Charizard matchup. Life Orb Kingambit is the change that we've been seeing. Black Glass is just not enough for those damage rolls. We need that Life Orb. We need that 10%, baby. We need that recoil on us now. But it's really good for those little rolls that you kind of miss out with this team. Psychic over Psych Shock makes a lot of sense. We're not seeing too much of those Calm Mind Floettes, so Delphox is able to use Psychic pretty convincingly now, and Shell Smash Toys and Friends simple as that. Helping Hand Instant to just up the damage a bit. But yeah, this is the team that got first. This is my little take on this victory road here. I'm so excited to see what players do end up using at the World Championships. Top 22. There's a lot more teams, as you guys can see. Just to take glances, like we're still seeing that Venu team just show up and show out, and Toxapex, as you guys see, it's literally everywhere. So teams that I think that we should all be prepping into going into the World Championships. I'm just gonna say it. Definitely the dual weather team, Delphox Balance, the new Zard slot with Charizard, Venu, the Life Orb Venu stuff. Obviously, Big Six. That's 4 teams right there. And Italian Ice. I think I would prep my lines into that. It's 5. Oh, what else am I thinking about? Sand, the Star Raptor Sand team by Yoshima. I think I would get a couple games into that. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, the Raichu Raptor stuff, I will get some lines of that, and some, and I said dual weather, so and Parasol. Any Gengar variant, pretty much. It's pretty similar lines. Whether it's sub or Parasol, I don't think that really matters. I don't think their lines change too much. But yeah, prep into that. Like those are like 7 teams, so like prep into that. You'll have a good Worlds if you know what you're doing, and if you don't have a good Worlds, it's okay. There's always going to be one for the next year. Just qualify and try again. And this is going to be my fourth qualification, but nonetheless, guys, that is the end of the video. I just reviewed the victory road. This is going to be the last, I believe, victory road before the World Championships. Will we all be competing in San Francisco for that title? Let's see who gets and wins this title. Is it going to be me? Is it going to be you? Who knows? I'd rather me than you, though. But thank you guys so much for watching and liking and supporting the video. You guys have been doing amazing on all socials again and again. I can never thank you guys so much, but like I will, because I love you guys. And I will see you next time. Peace.